and I was making $80,000 a year. Yes, $80,000 a year. What if I tell you that there are jobs that you can do without a college degree? And why I'm saying this is because I did it. So I want to share my experience with 4 different jobs that I was able to do and make a decent amount of money with this job without a college degree. Hello guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Isaura Bru, and in this channel we talk all about financial development, personal development, side hustles, and more. So if any of these topics interest you, consider subscribing to the channel, hit the notification so that you don't miss a video like this one. Okay, and let's get right into it. My first job that I got without a college degree was at Sunglass Hut in Manhattan, the city. I live in New York City, so for me, it was like, oh my God, I got hired at Sunglass Hut. The interview process was really like a little long. Like I had 2 interviews in order to get this job in Manhattan. It was great. Back in 2015 when I got this job, the only problem with this job was the commute. I live in Queens, so I had to commute to the city every single day since I work full-time, and it was great. The only thing was the commute and the time, because I did have to get out of the house at 5 p.m. To be there at 6, and then to closing, which was at 2 and 3 a.m. in the morning. So imagine me having to go back home at that time in the train. Back then the situation with the train and all this craziness going on wasn't that bad, but it was scary. Overall, I do want to say that I love this job, and I will rate it a 5 because it was easy and it was something that I enjoyed. As you know, I'm a little talkative, so it wasn't hard for me to do what the job required, which was helping people get the perfect pair of glasses. I love it. I got to meet a lot of people from all over the world. Sunglass Hut in 42nd Street in Manhattan is right there in the middle. So a lot of tourists, a lot of people every single day, morning to closing. So yeah, it was an experience, but I did love it. Now my yearly salary for this job was $32,000 a year, which if you think about it, it's a pretty good, decent amount of money. I was pretty happy with the job, but soon I move on to my second job because of the commute and the timing, which was getting a little critical. The second job that I was able to do without a college degree was at JP Morgan Chase as a teller. This job was amazing. I got hired because the manager of the branch, she proposed me to apply because she have seen how I performed a previous job that I was at. That's where she met me, and she gave me the offer. I applied, she interviewed me, and I got hired to this branch. It was in Queens, so it wasn't that far from my house. I did not have a full-time. I wouldn't say full-time because it was 32 hours. It was considered full-time, but you know, it was really not. But I decided to take this job even though I was going to make less money because of the commute. I was able to accommodate my time, so you know, my daughter, my mom, my family, and being able to get out on time and a lot of all that stuff that I guess we all have going on. But the point is, I was getting 32 hours a week, and in this job I stood there for 2 years. I started as a regular teller, and after the 2 years I became a senior teller. I love my job. Working at Chase was one of my best experiences. It was a learning that I carry with me everywhere because, you know, it's a good position, and I did not need a college degree. Like I tell you, my starting salary when I started at Chase was around 25,000. By the end of the second year I was making around maybe 32, so it wasn't that bad at all. It was good. Time I was able to get some extra hours here and there because we were short on cashiers, so I would stay there longer periods. But overall, it was a great experience and I was able to learn a lot. The third job that I was able to perform without a college degree was at LaGuardia Airport here in New York City. And I was a wheelchair supervisor of operations. So I have to ensure that the people, the clients that come in to the airport and they have wheelchair requests, I had to make sure that the people in charge of taking the clients to the airport were ready to take them when they come, etc. So it was a lot of movement, it was a lot of floor hours, it was a lot. This, I have to say, was one of my most challenging jobs at the airport. It was crazy, but it prepared me. Like, I take it like that, it prepared me for a lot of stuff. So this job was really an experience. I met a lot of great people at the airport. It was a good experience. Like I said, my starting salary at this job was around $48,000 a year, with all the overtime that I was able to do. And yeah, it was, like I said, a good experience. But I last there for 1 year, and that's when I found my fourth job, which I'm going to talk later. But yes, this job was great. I learned a lot. The process of hiring, it's a little, you know, special, because when you work for the airport, they do a test. You have to pass the test, background and all of that. But I was able to get it without a college degree. I only needed a high school, so which is great. And the good thing when you work at the airport is that after you're there, after you have your airport ID, you are able to make connections and you're able to grow within the LGA or the airport, whatever terminal or whatever airport you work for, because now you have connection, and now you have the ID, which is the hardest thing to get. Fourth job was as a home health aide. So basically what I was supposed to do is taking care of elderly people that are not able to do their needs, their daily needs, because they're old, and take care of them. But this was not with an agency, this was privately. I have people that I know that were doing this privately. This means not with any agency, and they were getting paid cash. So one day I was speaking to my friend and I told her how I wanted to get a side hustle. And luckily she told me that she needed somebody to work with her at her current job, because the girl that was there quit and whatever. So she needed somebody to stay with her patient that she had at the time at night. And if I was able to do it, I could just do it. So it was a big decision to make, because remember, I was working at the airport. So now I had to make a decision on what to do. But after all my calculation, I was like, definitely yes. So it was a 4 days, 12 hours a day, 12 at midnight all the way to 12 p.m. It was hard at the beginning because I wasn't used to working at nights, but then I just get accustomed. Plus, I was getting paid $1,600 and around $50 a week. With this job, I had this job for 2 years, and I was making $80,000 a year. Yes, $80,000 a year. When you work privately as a senior care assistant, you make good money. And I am not saying this to brag or anything, because there's nothing to brag about here. A lot of people, when they asked me what I was doing, they were like, oh my god, you take care of old people, whatever. Like, it's disgusting, the mentality that people carry around. Like, I don't even want to get into that in this video. It was a really hard experience because I did not have any background doing this. So what I did was, after I finished the job at 12 p.m., I will go and take some classes, and 3 hours a day for, I think it was 10 days, and I was able to get certified. This because I really wanted to perform my job the way that I was supposed to, and I wanted to have my certificate, which I got, but it was not needed. I didn't even need a high school diploma to do this. Since my friend already know the relatives of this elderly person, I was able to get in like without even an interview. So yes, this is the power of when you have connection. So yes, so I got the job. I stood there for 2 years working with my friend, 4 days a week, 12 hours a day, and I was making $1,600 a week. Yes. When I performed this job and I was able to see the amount of money I was able to make, the perspective of life and what other people has tell me changed it right away. Because it does not matter what's your title, it does not matter what you do. When you are looking for stuff, you find stuff. When you are looking to grow, you grow. And it doesn't matter in what field you are, as long as you do what you have to do. You have to get out of the mentality of, okay, no, okay, I'm not gonna do that, okay, da da da. I had a lot of friends that they wanted to make a lot of money, but they didn't want to do what I was doing because for them it was gross. And I just want to be honest with you and say it to you like that. Yes, a lot of people think that taking care of elderly people is gross. For me, I didn't find anything gross about it. When you're old, you become a baby. You become like a small kid. So now you need help. Yes, I was getting paid. The money was great, but then I am very compassionate, and everything I do it with love. No matter how small it look, I think this is why God bless me all the time. It's because small or big, I take it with the same responsibility, and I put the same love for stuff. And yeah, so I did this job for 2 years, $80,000 per year, cash. Remember, this is cash because it's private. So because my friend was getting paid cash, she made a deal with the person, with the relatives, and I was making this amount of money cash. The most amount of money that I was able to make in my entire life. Even more money than a lot of my friends that went to college, got master's degree and whatever. So yes, I hope this video is helpful in any ways. I hope you don't give up on your dreams. Whatever dreams you have, just keep looking. There's always something for you. Don't give up on it. Sometimes when you think that things are not working, maybe they are working. It's just that you don't see it. Just be patient. Be very patient. And don't let your circumstances determine what your future is going to be. The only advice that I can give you, this is coming from somebody that's coming from like really the bottom, like having absolutely nothing, to see myself grow. And I'm not a millionaire, just let you know, but I can say that I have a stability now, and that I feel free, and that if maybe tomorrow I want to pack my stuff and go with my daughter somewhere, I have the money to do that. So that's what I mean when I say this. So your dreams are always possible. You just have to make sure you have a vision of what you want. Write it down. It's not hard. Sometimes you think you need a lot to be or to become what you want to, but sometimes you do the calculation and you really don't, because everything is about how you want to live, and that's the bottom line. With this being said, guys, I hope you loved this video. I hope you loved the information. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.